This is where our club started, Camberwell Primary School. Unique in Victoria, no other school teaches its 5-year-olds in French. Here's the class and its French teacher, Elizabeth Lafont, who actually taught the children of the parents who started our club, Don Miller and Christian Drashler. Both help run the Petanque games at the school's wonderful French fetes and often play Petanque together near the old tram station in Wattle Park. But what they really wanted was to start a proper club with a clubhouse. So at the school on the 5th of September 1998, 11 people came along to a meeting to discuss just that. The Hawthorn Bowling Club at St James Park was a possible venue. It was doing it tough. Members were low, funding too. But it did have an unused green. Begrudgingly, the grumpy bowlers there agreed we could use it. The little club that could was alive. Peace were needed. Not fussed by technicalities, Don called a mate a borrel and got some gravel delivered. Incognito truck, half price, no questions asked. All 60 tonnes of it. They shovelled, they raked, sieved and rolled and levelled 20 pieces in a weekend. Well, maybe not perfectly level, but for a little club, an amazing achievement. The very next weekend they held some games. Don alerted the press and an article, Players Take Rough with Rough, appeared with a quote from Don saying, "Imbibing of wine is necessary with Petanque. It helps with the frustration." One of the roughs was the piece. The other was said to be Don's choice of wine. The club grew to 30 members. The clubhouse was a lovely old building, but showing its age and gloomy. We could only use it on special occasions, so we didn't really have any facilities. An old wooden shed, not much else. One day, Terry opened up and found a homeless woman sleeping there. Another day, Amy Obers walked in and fell straight through the floorboards. The shed had to go. The council kindly gave us a sort of green container for our tables and chairs, just room for a glass or two. Social activities were now easier to set up and much fun was had. This was the start of the delightful Friday evenings under the stars. No one imagined that would become a signature part of the club. A publicity newsletter called The Petanqueur was started, offering subscriptions at $80. Shh, don't tell the treasurer. And saying the club was open from Sundays from November to March. Those who joined in the early days really got the club going. Many are still members today. Irene, Gloria, Trish and Sue, Peter B, Don and Peter Cuthbert, Terry, who was a VP for 13 years, and Alma and Bill, who was president twice. A little later, Helen, Colin and JP joined. They all contributed a lot. In those days, there were fewer formal competitions, so we played more inter-club friendlies. Mount Macedon for the Jolly Roger, Pyrenees for the Trusty Tape, and Malden for the Battered Bull, tightly fought and much enjoyed. Birthdays were celebrated. Yes, it rained then too, and flooded. Working bees worked hard, mechanics were on hand to help, and JP was forever building new things. All they needed were iPhones with torches. Early presidents included Don, David Garnham and Bill Claiborne. Bill, an international journalist of repute, started the newsletter Peaced Up. JP started the website On Peaced Up. Even Friday evening takeaways were called Beast Up. There seemed to be a lot of Peaced Up going on. But the club had a problem. Our funds had to be pooled with the annoying bowlers. Bad idea. We tried but failed, so they set up a UTB account under the bed. Terry's bed. This worked well till Terry got backache from an ever-bulging mattress. CPC was incorporated in 2008 on the 29th of February of all days and finally got its own bank account. Sharing with the grumpy bowlers was getting worse when, a year later, the council felt the rundown clubhouse would have to go. Demolish. Dangerous. The bowlers were furious. They presented the council with a plan that made little sense, but one thing was clear: they wanted us out and their second green back. The club felt like the woman in the shed, homeless. The council sympathised and found an empty building at Linden Park with history. Camberwell Ladies Bowling Club was unique. Victoria's only all-ladies club for working women. No, not what you're thinking. Founded in 1961 by Dorothy McCutcheon. The council loaned them £8,000, over $2 million today, and the club opened in 1962. Tupperware parties were held, a piano was purchased, and the ladies were happy. Until February 1979, when, in a violent storm, the roof blew off. The saga of CPC now takes a leap forward. The vacant clubhouse was 1960 style and ugly, even with the roof back on. It had promise though, and after a major refurb was ready for occupation. Hooray, a new clubhouse, but no pistes. JP took on the job, helped by his father. And why not? He was only 93. This was better than Don Miller's half-price truckload. Laser-levelled soil, sand, then Dramana toppings, and not half-price, but free, and heaps of volunteers to make it happen. A grand opening was held in February 2012 with Petanqueurs, Girl Guides, and the car veterans, and Terry got taken for a ride. With new pistes and a clubhouse, no longer were we the little club that could, but the little club that did. All competitors, interstate players and international visitors enjoyed our facilities and particularly our reputation for being a very friendly, welcoming club. In the early 2000s, Presidents Terry and Guy got the club up to 70 members. Prizes every Saturday, pre-pandemic. Summer Friday evenings, there we go again, with takeaway. We raised funds for Zach to represent Australia in China while Dad chatted up the local cops. The monkey joined the family and a new website, logo and uniform popped up. We even had an old laptop till a glass of wine well, let's not go there. The club had good financial reserves till a new treasurer came along and started spending it all. Slowly at first, a coffee machine, then lots of new benches. Finally, an architectural folly, our central shelter giving protection from sun, wind and rain. Membership climbed to 80. We had a party to celebrate our club's 21st birthday. Look at the cake Lee created. Christian and Don enjoyed the reminiscing. Wednesday play was a success and we were becoming one of the more respected clubs in Australia. All this due to members over the years giving their time to run the club well, plus lots of help from working bees. What used to be gardening and weeding stepped up to bobcats, trenches, weed spraying and piste construction. After 2 years of hard work, the club finally got a community grant for our lighting, and John Muscat and Peter Barker found the best contractor with the brightest lights. And wow, on Fridays it's magical. The club was now playing 3 days a week. COVID brought distance into focus, but our spirit shone. Mary had homegrown carrot problems. Rex produced videos to entertain. By chance, we had just started a recruiting project when COVID settled in. More by luck than judgment, and despite Facebook banning our videos, even closing our account, the membership drive has been a great success. In the last 6 months, 35 new members have joined, and we are just shy of 100 now. But it's not the numbers. It's the wonderful people we have welcomed. We have some great new players. The joke about our standard of play going up is coming true. It's already noticeable how much they have contributed to the club. We couldn't have been luckier, and we welcome and hope every one of you enjoy Petanque at CPC for many years to come. The saga of CPC is far from over. From the start 23 years ago, every member has shared a part in building CPC to become one of Australia's top clubs. Other clubs have been less fortunate. Caulfield is much reduced, and Melbourne Petanque, once huge, has disappeared. Our members are our survival. We welcome the next generation to continue the journey. We're not going to rest on our laurels, but much of the hard work is over. Building's been done. Our size is about right. Time to relax and look forward to the good times beyond COVID. Every week enjoying the fun of Petanque. New ideas for games, coaching and tips for all who want it, casual meals to enjoy one another's company, and great social events to bring everyone together. That's why it's CPC, fun and friendship for all. CPC, fun and friendship for all.